Alright. Been asked a couple of times to make some videos, kind of show how I pressure flake things, make arrowheads. This is a clear black piece of obsidian. Just cut in a friend saw, and then I took a tile saw, cut the general shape, and then grinded these edges here with diamond grinder. Let's see if we get see it right over there. Can't see it too well, but little diamond grinder set up. Alright, once you got your shape and you got the edges grinded with a fairly flat, you can notice on here, let me get a close up. One side will have a little bit more of an angle than the other side. It's kind of hard to see in the camera. That's the side you usually want to start with. So, you get a pressure flaker. A lot of people have different flakers. Some of them have more of a point. I like to try to kind of square mine off. And I got a little anvil over here. I pound out a little bit, and then I just want to kind of try to get rid of the rough edges, and then get started on that. And then for my pad, I think we'll use a piece of leather. I prefer this little pad here. I want to cut myself a lot less. This is a little piece of thick rubber with a piece of old 18-wheeler tire flap on the bottom of it. Keep it from being too flexible. Big gap. I see some with smaller gaps, bigger gaps. I guess it's user preference. So use whatever you want. If you get a flake across and it works for you, it's fantastic. So I'm going to start with my low side here. I'm going to put this across here. And while I'm holding this, I'm going to try not to put a whole lot of pressure right here in the middle along that gap, because then it'll just snap right in two. Just line that up. And it's usually a good idea if you wear some kind of glasses or clear lens glasses for this, but the lash can still get up underneath that. But with this pad, I find that most of the time all the flakes go right up in that little hole, so you don't have to worry about it too much. But it's on you. If you get glass in your eyes, it's your fault. Some people will actually mark along here to keep it even when they want to put their thing here, their pressure flaker. And so I like to start at the tip here. You just put it against my leg for support. So you put my other hand against my other leg, and just I'll start on that end, and I'll just pop that flake came right out there, and then take a look at it. It's the first flake, it went all the way across. It's not necessarily desirable. Usually you want to get it right around the middle. Sometimes we go all the way across. It's just one of those things, you know, you might want it all the way, you might not. It's up to you. And then see the amount of space right there where I took it, go about equal distance, get the next one. So right about there is where the pressure flaker hits, and then just past that, you want to even that up, and then put it back up against your leg there, and take that next flake, and you just kind of push and sort of down and in at the same time. And then we got the next flake. And as it gets to the wider flakes, sometimes I like to go to the other side and hit it, kind of keep fingernails from forming as much. But right now it's still pretty narrow. Let's go ahead and pop the rest of these flakes off. As you're working, kind of take a look at it, and you'll be looking for any kind of fingernails. Doesn't take a whole lot of pressure, especially with this kind of stuff. Some stuff's a little harder. But that went all the way across. Alright, here's an example there. That one didn't go quite all the way across. So we go to the other side, and we'll pop that side right there. Go right there in the corner. I want to try to get it where it's going to be even with that other side there. So just take a small flake, and the goal is to try to keep it fairly lined up. It's not always going to happen, but that's the goal. Now I can go from either side here, but see, got just a little bit of a fingernail right there, so I don't really want to go from this side over and hit that fingernail because I could end up with more going all the way across here. So I'm going to go to this side now. And light little tap, nice little pop. Alright, my pattern's messed up a little bit because I messed up over here, but it's alright. A little fingernail on that side. See that little spot here? So to get rid of that, I can go to the other side. It's still kind of going above it. Get it? I'm trying to keep my hand pressure fairly even across it. Not really push too hard on any particular spot. A little fingernail there. Just flake that right out. Get that to the side. Now I'm getting some small fingernails around the middle there. And then grind this or flake over grind it. Ground it for a simple slab working. So I like to go back and forth on that once I get to those water spots. See right here, didn't quite go all the way across, so I'm going to go just below it, and I'm going to try to take a little bit of a bigger flake there to get rid of that spot, so we don't have problems with that later. But go right beyond, just right over the wood. But this time I'm going to try to push it sort of in, so I might mess with the flake pad a little bit, but it should get that little spot there. So, see, I didn't hit it quite hard enough. Alright, so you have to get a little bit of a spot there, but I might be able to get that from the other side. We'll find out. Alright, I still got that spot. I created a fingernail because I was trying too hard. But that's okay. That little spot, once I get done with this, I'm going to grind the edges one more time. And then should be able to get that. But just a little bit more. Get towards those little corners, taking smaller flakes. Trying to get everything off here. Alright, I did this kind of rounded. I'm going to try not to do too much right there. But I got that little mess up. I'm going to carefully put this up in between here. There's a good chance of breakage the way I'm holding this. You gotta be real careful. I'm going to go right about the middle, see if I can't get most of those little bad spots out. Alright, that's one side most of the way down here. You can see there, it's not quite perfect, but that takes time. Now I'm going to go try to hit this one more time. Before I do that, got my stone here. I like this one. And, there's a variety of stones out there. Just get the one you like. I'm going to grind that just a little bit with the stone and see if I can't get that spot out. So, see these little lines go right over to it. So that spot's got a little bit of a high spot. So I'm going to make sure it's grinded enough, and I'm going to try to follow that line to go right up into my spot where I messed up. Alright. And see? Got it. No problems. Alright, so that's one side. Go ahead and quickly do the other side. Probably heard enough of me talking on that one piece so far here. So you kind of get used to it. It's pretty easy. Just drop those flakes every so often. Can't look at it. And you get to where you get kind of a feel for it. You know if it's going far enough. See? I know it wasn't going quite far. It's a pretty wide piece here, so. Fingernail there. Flip it around. Alright, that's why I don't like. Turn that around, right here on my leg. Yeah. Pop it right off. Alright, see at this point, both sides are pretty well done. Got a couple of little spots here. Just gotta finish those up real quick. Nice and easy like. This bottom part, if you're doing an arrowhead, or even bigger knife blades, anything you want to notch, you want to get it as thin as you can. Okay, pop that till it's fairly even. Now from here, there's a couple of things you can do. You can put it on the grinder, right on the wheel, or you can grind it with this, try to grind these things down a little bit, or you can do the zigzag. So you go ahead and do the zigzag. I'm just gonna hit it up one last time. Yeah, find my thin spot. Get this spot right here in the corner. It's a little bit thinner. I'm going to start with that. I'm just going to put that where it's kind of supported, and put my flaker right up against it, and just push right down there. Alright, and then we go to the other side of that. This is the point where you can kind of turn your pattern around if you want, and look at the direction it's going right here. And see the way he's leaning there, and I'm going to take that spot. There's pop some white flakes off. Alright, see where it's thinner here than it is over here. You go ahead and continue right there. I'm going to pop that until I got something to work with on the other side. Let's see that. I'm taking white flakes. You can take bigger ones if you want. Just keep working your way around. See, starting to get a little bit of a sharp edge. So, try to speed this video up a bit. Take one or two short flakes there, go to the other side. It's got that edge right there. go in. Just keep turning it around. Alright, point I had trouble getting to go, so get it fixed in. Just go outside a little more there. Since we're not cooperating. I'm going to pause this for a second and I'm going to finish that up. I'm sure it's taking too long. You got to go all the way around here to go to the next step. Alright, back here. You notice on the sides there, for the most part, if you do it just right, I did it kind of a hurry, but on this side here you can see a little better. Should have a sort of a zigzag pattern on there. And I messed up, held it a little wrong, and I busted the tip. It's not a big deal. You got plenty of length here to make something. But from here, you got a couple of options. If your tip is still intact, it's fine. If it's not, there's a way around that. Plenty of ways around that. If you have a grinder, you can just reshape it a little bit, pop it, do some little flakes, get it one more time. But what I'm going to do here, instead of leaving that jagged edge, I'm just going to go through. And I'm going to get my braiding stone here. Kind of go across both sides and straight across the sides a little bit there. Give me something to work with. Same thing on the other side. While I'm doing that, here's the stone. On the side there, I'm going to rub it pretty good. Try to get some of that tip shape back. Now, while I'm working this, all I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna take my flaker and got a little angle right there, push it down there. The goal is just to even it up. So I'm gonna slowly try to even that up. While I'm evening that up, as I get to the area around the tip, after I kind of even up both sides and the bottom a little bit, I'm gonna start to kind of go back and forth and sort of shape it a little bit more. So, get my chair a little closer here. Got that little spot there, and some people have like little short tips in their stuff here. Some people don't. Right up in here, and I'm gonna try to find me spots that need it. I'm gonna try to find the thinnest possible spots here. It's pretty thin right here, so I'm gonna flake across here a little bit. It's not really working for me too well. I'm gonna turn it around. Phone starts trying to ring. Find those thin spots. I'm gonna go down on there. Give me something to work with. So I get it Another platform. Turn it around. Pop it a little more. And we're just gonna continue in this pattern here. Find any spot there I don't like, it's not even enough. I'm trying not to break it again. But as I'm doing that, I know it's kind of on the side, but I'm going in a lot too. I'm trying to thin that edge out, get it nice and sharp. Alright, I'm gonna get the important part here. We reshape that tip. You see it too well here, but slowly starting to kind of even it out. And once you get done, you can braid it again on the sides, and you can do this again as many times as you need to. So you got a little bulge right there. So when I'm done, I'll probably go get that bulge out. Now I'm just going to continue right here. And kind of just start going in there because I'm towards that broken tip. All right. I'm going to do those same kind of flakes. Come in and down. Small flakes. It's really suggested that you braid right here. I usually don't, but you know, I'm sure somebody will say something about it. If they watch the video all through, they'll be like, "Why didn't you braid?" And that's fine. People say what they want. But I'm not making for this video of those experts that already know how to do this. I'm just kind of showing my methods, so it is what it is. But you know, as we slowly kind of try getting that tip there. So kind of reshaping that side a little bit. Get over some of those spots, those bulges. So we go to the other side, do the same thing. All right. Already seen it here, so I'm just gonna try to get it close up there real quick, and then I'm gonna pause it for a second because it's already getting to be a pretty long video. I'm just gonna hit the rest of it up, and then next video we'll be on at a notch. All right, this tip here, you can't quite get it all the way around there, but I'll show you something I like to do. I'll hold it right here along the tip. And I'll just kind of angle it, and then hope you can see that, and start popping those little flakes out right there. Now, it's another really easy time to break it. I know at least somebody's watching this video thinking, why is this guy wearing shorts? And yeah, I cut myself. It's fine. Not a big deal. I don't have shoes on either. So probably gonna cut my feet at some point. I sort of got the basic shape starting to come out here. Starting to get dark here too, so I'll try to hurry this up. But I'm on the back side, same sort of stuff here. I hit it with a braiding stone. Now the back part is pretty important. Try to get nice and thin. So you can get those pull guide notches on there if you want. I'm not going to do that right now because this is my idea of a beginner video, so I'm going to show some quick notches. This is done. This point, got a little edge on there. And that's it. You've done it a couple times, not really moving, so I'm going to turn it over. Or you're going to braid some more. I got a nice little angle in there. It's starting to get a little dark out here. Hope you see that. I'm going to put it right up against that little spot where it's angled up and push right on in there. Don't put a really applying pressure here with my thumb right there on the edge. The rest of them, I'm trying to kind of relax it as much as I can, try not to break it. I'm going to turn it around. Continue taking these little flakes out there. Alright, from this point, got a little bit of an edge, both sides, kind of thin the bottom. Alright, sit there and you can kind of go back and forth, and so you got a little bit of a bulge in that side there. You can take your flaker and you can kind of go back and forth, braid it a little bit, and just kind of continue to scissor that until it's where you want it, nice and even. And then once you've done that, you'll be ready to start the notching process. So all this, that side's got more of a bulge on there, so hit it up with the braider, and then between now and the next video, I'll even that up a little bit more. But all I mean by that, you see where it's still kind of big right there, and you want it thin. Alright, I'm gonna find a good starting point. Right there, it's fairly thin, so I'm gonna start there, and I'm just gonna take these little flakes here. I'm just barely touching it, and I'm gonna go on the other side. I'm gonna keep doing that. If it does that, I'm gonna hit it with the braider again. Looks like a chocolate and pure cube. Kind of gives you something to work with. And keep working it. And then give it a little bit of time, get where you want it. Get those little flakes out. Alright, a little bit of the edge there, pop some little flakes out. Alright, now it's starting to get a little bit too dark here, but Hopefully you can get an idea there how that's looking. And I'm going to cut this video short for now. And really that's the basics of knapping slabs. Works pretty much the exact same way with bottom, stuff like that. You know, you just kind of keep flaking in shape and try to get that concave stuff out of there. And go back and forth until it's the shape and size you want. And once you're done with that, start in those little notches. A couple different tools for that. For this, I'm going to make some bigger notches. So I'm going to go ahead and use the same tool because some of you might not have all the tools you need yet, and still beginner level. So hope you liked the video, and we'll see you next time.